is the Chrissie Swan Show.
Well, hi there. Thank you so much for joining me. Make a coffee, an irresponsible coffee, or a cup of tea, which is just what I've done, Jack.
A freshie.
And I saw in the kitchen this Tetra brick of tiger nut milk, and I've seen it. It sounds so pleasing to me, but I've never tried it. And it also, you know, when you see words like tiger nuts, you think, Jesus, what are they using to make this stuff?
That was my first question too.
Yes, I know, but it's not what you think.
No.
The tiger nut is a powerful little nutrient-rich root vegetable. And this is ethically sourced, from farming collectives in West Africa. I love it. I don't even know what it is, really.
Nor do I, and the beautiful baristas that were in here earlier today were trying to explain it to me, and I didn't understand. But I love that the nut travels all the way from West Africa to Carrum Downs in Victoria. And that's where it's made.
Can you please have a sip of this? Because you know I'm a part-time vegan, and this is vegan. Ask me when I'm a vegan. What part-time is it?
What part-time is it?
Right now. I'm having a cup of tea with vegan milk, and therefore I am a vegan.
Who am I? A queen in the kitchen? Could be. Now find your queen vanilla in the baking aisle to discover how a little queen does wonders in your bakes.
What's my name?
Who is it? Chrissie Swan's Who Am
Oh,
I?
I was talking to someone about Christmas today. I can't give away too much, but they asked me what one of my sort of signature dishes for Christmas is. And, of course, I order a lot of prawns, but I've got nothing to do with that. That's God's own work. I love a pavlova, a homemade pavlova, and mine has triple the vanilla in it than it should have.
Really? Is it
Yes.
overpowering or just right?
No, it's perfect. I find in recipes they never put in enough vanilla. Like if it asks for a teaspoon, I will gladly put in 1 tablespoon or 2
Right, okay.
because it's the best flavour in the world. Am I right, Caroline from Blacktown?
Sounds good to me, Chrissie.
Now, have we had this discussion before about your name? Because I called you Caroline, which is correct. Does it
right.
annoy you when people call you Carolyn?
No, that's fine. Just don't call me Carol.
Just don't call you Carol. All right, I've learnt. I will not
Noted.
do that. We've got $500 on the line for you, Caroline. We'll take away 100 for every clue you get wrong.
No problem.
Let's go. Someone about to back over you, Caroline, or is everything okay there?
No one's backing over me.
Okay, have you got a
That's right.
high-vis vest on, Caroline?
I sure do.
Where are you, Caroline? What do you do for work?
I'm an inventory officer.
An inventory officer.
Yes, for supply chain.
Ooh, well, I have counted this cash and counted it twice. Let's do it.
Awesome.
Clue number 1. I am a British/American film, TV and stage actress who was catapulted to fame between 2003 and 2006 on a teen drama. Gosh, that's a newsy clue.
Meghan Markle.
It is not Meghan Markle. Great guess, though.
Clue number 2 for $400 cash.
I currently play Reese Sinclair on Neighbours. I'm really worried about that reversing.
She's in the OC. What is her name?
Sorry.
That's for you to tell us, I'm afraid, Caroline.
Clue
This is
number 3, $300 cash.
killing me.
You've got it though, Caroline.
I was on MTV's
Is it Misha Barton?
Yes, it is. It is, and that is $300 to you, my girl. And
So good.
you get to live another day because it sounds like that buggy is not going to run over you, which is excellent news.
The Chrissie Swan Show.
Who doesn't love paying less for their favourite beauty brands? Love paying less for glowing skin or love paying less for feeling better? Find great prices on everything you love only at Priceline Pharmacy.
Shop in store or online at priceline.com.au. The Chrissie Swan Show.
Look, I'm probably going to... This is a very old person sentence to say, but God, I love the show Insight on SBS.
I've never seen it.
It's so good. Having said that, I used to love Landline sometimes. But Insight is so great because it's on 8:30 tonight if you want to watch it, by the way. It's really great. And I watch it on demand
Okay.
on the app. But it just has the best, most specific topics and stories from everyday Australians about those topics.
Uh-huh.
It's sort of like a great radio phoner, actually. It's
Right.
like a great radio phoner.
In person on TV.
In person, yes. And it's been curated. Like, for example, last week. Oh, no, it was this was a grab from a while ago.
I think this app was March.
Yes, and I've got them all banked up at home.
How good's that?
It's so good. So this one was about revenge.
Okay.
Which is, just as an aside, there are two things that I don't really understand because I'm just not wired that way. I don't understand jealousy.
Yep.
I just don't have a jealous bone in my body. And I also don't understand revenge. And I think they're actually...
Yeah, they're somewhat connected.
They're closely related.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, terrible things have happened to me, just like everybody else, but I never, ever hatch a plan.
No.
So I would have been terrible on this episode of Insight because it was all about revenge. And Jacqueline was in the audience and she was talking about how she took revenge on her cheating boyfriend. I'll let her explain how, but I'll tell you what happened. So she was seeing her boyfriend and he decided that they would have a break.
Ugh.
Like a Friends-style Ross break.
I just don't like breaks. There's so much grey area. I'm just a black and white person. Like you either you stay together or you split up. Like
Look, I think I'm with you. Also, I just know break is just a code for I still want to be in a relationship with you, but I have met someone I want to touch on the private.
Totally. Oh my God, that is exactly
I
it.
have met someone that I want to touch on the privates. I don't think it's a long-term thing, but I'm going to do the right thing and I'm going to be on a break and I'm going to touch this person on the privates and then I'm going to say, hey, break's over. I've got that out of my system.
Yeah.
So I think that's what breaks are about generally. But Jacqueline's boyfriend said, I want a break. And it turns out that the privates that he wanted to touch belonged to an apprentice who was working at a hairdressing salon run by Jacqueline's best friend.
Oof.
Now, if that man doesn't think that Jacqueline's best friend is going to tell Jacqueline
Right.
that he is hoofing after the apprentice, then he's a fool. He's a fool. So Jacqueline, instead of just going, all right, then that's it, move on, find happiness somewhere else, she plotted revenge with marinara mix.
And I got the cap off an aerosol can, the lid, and I went to the fridge and I had in the fridge half a kilo of marinara mix and I took a baby octopus and I put it in the cap and I went out to the car. He had an old 1979 Corolla that had like the old springs in the seats.
Yeah.
And I reached underneath and wedged the cap under his driver's seat.
With the octopus inside.
With the octopus in it.
Can you believe it?
How good.
So I'm imagining it's, the old Aerogard tins with the lid off, and she's shoved up that stinky piece of fish.
Oh.
Already stinks when it's fresh, and then it's in his car. And then as the days wear on and it gets hotter and stinkier, his car smelt and he couldn't get to the bottom of it. And Jacqueline was just
Thrilled with herself.
thrilled with herself. What I want to know is this. Have you sought revenge on somebody? We can change your name. I want the most diabolical stories possible, please.
I'd prefer you to be a non because then it feels really dark and naughty.
Yes.
The Chrissie Swan Show.
We're talking stories of revenge on Insight on SBS, which is a show that is a lot more entertaining than it sounds. I love it. 8:30 tonight on SBS. Stories of revenge was the whole topic of a program, and a woman put a little octopus inside I'm going to say an Aerogard can, an aerosol can, put the lid on and then tucked it under her ex-boyfriend's driver's seat, and the whole car stunk.
Rank.
Terrible. That is bad revenge. We've got Anonymous, which means it's a great story. Hello, Anonymous.
Hello, Chrissy.
Ooh, I love this. When did you get revenge?
So there was a particular lady, young woman, and there was a casting couch in this massive employer I worked for, and let's just say she got promoted by a senior manager in the business who would also deck her out in very expensive clothing. But when she was promoted, she wasn't very nice to anyone. So when I left the organisation, let's just say I blew the whistle on their relationship and had my revenge that way because she was a right cow to everyone.
I mean, look, if you're gonna do that, you've got to at least be nice to everyone, hey?
Get everyone on side.
Good on you.
Yep.
Was it deeply satisfying, or do you have regrets and you think you could have been a bigger person in that situation, Anonymous?
Not one regret, because it kind of wasn't really revenge. It was just kind of basically sharing some information that they weren't allowed to.
You tell yourself that, Anon.
Yes,
Priceline
absolutely.
pharmacy voucher for you. Let's go to Shane. How did you get revenge?
Okay, so I've got revenge on...
Let's go to Shane.
Okay.
Shane didn't want to turn his radio off.
No, what a shame, Shane. If you're still listening, turn your radio off and we'll come back to you in a minute. Another anonymous. It's going to be juicy.
Hi, Chrissie.
Hi.
So I got revenge on my ex-husband. So it was it ended really badly. And my best friend popped over one afternoon to help get me and the kids out of the house while he was out. So we had about, 20 minutes to grab everything and leave. But on the way out, I left a heap of stuff behind, probably about $15,000 worth of personal items. But on the way out, I saw the TV remote sitting on the coffee table, and so I took that, and I still have it.
How many years have you had that TV remote?
I've now had it for about 6 years.
That would have driven him crazy. I mean, look,
I can't tell you the sense of satisfaction I get from, wondering how many times he looked under the lounge, behind the cushions, searched high and low for this TV remote.
Anonymous, was it planned or was it literally as you were walking out, you saw it out of the corner of your eye and you thought, oh my God.
It was just that split second, saw it out of the corner of my eye and in the pocket it went.
It's terrible. Revenge is bad and we're all going to hell. But that is genius.
It's genius and it's
I'm going to hell with his TV remote though.
It's somewhat innocent. Priceline Pharmacy voucher for you, Anon.
Oh, and how annoying would that have been? Tony, let's finish it off with you.
Hi. I don't recommend anyone do this, to be fair. It can get dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
My ex cheated on me, and just before he went to work, he was in the military, I put maybe 5 or 6 Viagras into his Gatorade. He had no idea what was happening. He ended up in hospital because he was just like, what's going on?
I think after a few minutes he would have had a fair idea of what was going on.
The Chrissie Swan Show. Chrissie Swan's The Masked Singer Watch and Win. Thanks to The Masked Singer. 7:30pm Mondays on 10.
I mean, this is the easiest $1,000 that you will ever win. Emma, are you locked and loaded?
Yes, I am. Hello, how are you?
What did you think of the unmasking of my boyfriend Tiny last night?
Oh, it was gorgeous. I loved it.
Have you forgotten how good, spoiler alert, it is Pete Murray. Have you forgotten how good his song from all those moons ago, So Beautiful, is?
I know,
well, this is Better Days, but So Beautiful's my favourite of his.
Yeah, it's one of my favourites too, Chrissie.
Yeah, he's a crooner from way back. Now, you were watching last night and my silly old mug popped up and there was a code word there. Tell us the code word and I will give you $1,000.
Is it Nova?
It sure is Nova, Emma. $1,000. God, we've got so much money to give away every minute of every day on the Chrissie Swan Show.
It's nuts.
I just got goosebumps.
How good is that, Emma? Congratulations. And we'll be doing it again next Monday night when The Masked Singer continues, 7:30pm on Channel 10.
Chrissie's Clickbait.
Now, Justin Timberlake is nervous about this new Britney Spears explosive memoir. People may not realise, if you've only just come to know Britney Spears, twirling around on her highly polished travertine foyer.
With those knives.
She used to be a really big deal. And her and Justin Timberlake were couples goals and couples dressing goals. Do you remember they hit the red carpet in the matching denim outfit?
Sure do.
I mean, that's love. That's true love. And he's nervous that she is going to speak poorly of him in his book. Now, it reminded me of his film clip from Crimea River, which is one of the great songs. I miss this era of Justin Timberlake, and I know that he's releasing stuff with NSYNC now, and he did that stuff for Trolls, but I feel like he's just chasing the dragon, don't you?
He is. He just needs to go and be a judge on The Voice or something and not stress about music.
Actually, he'd be a great judge on The Voice.
Fantastic. He's high energy. He's got his back catalogue that he can, whip up a sexy back one episode.
Absolutely.
But don't worry about new music.
And he
bro.
knows about the music biz, but he'll never be as good as he was in that film clip where a actress played the role explosively, clearly of Britney Spears. She comes in the low-slung jeans and the floppy hat, and it just looks exactly like Britney.
One of the creepiest videos. You and I were watching it before the show today, and it is super creepy.
You would not get away with it now.
No.
People will be nodding their head in recognition when I say he's not supposed to be in her house, and he is in her house, and Britney walks past and he sniffs the air that she... It is as creepy as hell, but... Justin Timberlake, I give you the quote from one of my favourite writers, Anne Lamott, and I want Britney to know this. You own everything that happened to you. Tell your stories. If people wanted you to write warmly about them, they should have behaved better.
Oops.
Who's in trouble now, Justin Timberlake?
Also, I just don't think you need to worry, JT. Britney's not exactly sound of mind. I don't think people are going to take everything she says as like literature.
I just feel like, and this is not, Wednesday is Mystic Chrissie Day. Things are not going to end well for Britney Spears.
I think you're right, Mystic.
Taylor Swift. Let's change the mood for a minute. Taylor Swift has lent her hideaway home to brand new Hollywood couple, Gigi Hadid and Bradley Cooper. We're for them.
We stand.
We stand this couple. And Taylor's all about, she's obviously got a massive portfolio of properties that just lay fallow because she can only be in one place at one time. And she recently offered up her New York apartment to Sophie Turner amid the divorce from Joe Jonas, which seems to be getting a bit better at the moment.
Yeah, I think they've come to terms.
They did. They had mediation.
Yeah.
And they understand each other now,
more amicable.
which is excellent. I think it's the way of the future, but that's just me. And then now she's offered her Rhode Island mansion to Gigi and Bradley Cooper. Now, I love this because you know what the Rhode Island mansion is.
Swingers party.
I would give my left gazonga to get access to that house. So she wrote about it in Last Great American Dynasty. It's the one that's called Holiday House.
Yeah.
It's in the middle of nowhere. It's divine, and I want to be there.
And you named your own house after that house.
I sure did. It reminds me, I've got to get onto Airtasker to get somebody to screw that in.
The Chrissie Swan Show.
I'm excited because, my love language is appliances. Actually, that sounds very untoward, but I do love something that plugs in.
You sure do. That top drawer of yours?
Yes, I do keep them on the top shelf of the pantry, and I've got lots of things. I've got a rice cooker.
Yep.
I've got a great fry pan. I've got all sorts of stuff.
That's what we're calling it.
But I've got a new one.
What is it?
It's going to be my favourite. It is an electric wok. I may have told you a few weeks ago that I was watching an SBS food travel thing.
Yeah, this does ring a bell.
And I saw by the side of the road in Vietnam or something, some street food vendor with a plug-in wok. And I thought, if it's good enough for him, it is good enough for me. So I've got it, and it's making its debut tonight. I've got one of my oldest friends of all time is coming over for dinner, and she also moonlighted as sometimes babysitter for my kids. They love her. I love her. She's coming with Shut Up Pops, which is her word for Chupa Chups, what she used to give my kids to keep them quiet. And I'm doing a stir-fry beef thing.
Yum.
All right?
The thing sounds promising.
It's from Recipe Tin Eats. Nagi will not do me wrong on this, but I will give you a full update tomorrow on how the electric wok goes.
And potentially a sample?
100%.
The stir fry?
Yes. It's asked for 200 grams of meat. Of course, I've bought a kilo.
Amazing. Next, we are doing Chrissie's Quizzy.
Chrissie's Quizzy.
Look, I mean, a bum bag has changed my life. This may or may not be news to you. Kiana, do you know about bum bags and how they too could change your life?
Definitely. I've been trying to win this bum bag like crazy.
Okay. God, I hope you get it. That's what I want for you. But then there's Laura.
Yeah.
Hello.
Laura, what about... Well, I mean, what are you going to do? Kiana says she's been trying for ages. How badly do you want the bum bag?
Oh, I can use this to go push the baby in the pram and, put my phone in the bung bag. Be perfect.
Yes. Also, this is, if you've got a baby and a phone, this is permission for the rest of your life to just go to the playground and sit on your phone, okay? Just if anyone hassles you, say, Chrissy, let me. Chrissie allows this. In fact, she encourages it. All right, girls, let's go. Your names are your buzzers. It's best of 5, meaning the first person to get 3 answers correct wins the game and will walk away with this hotly contested bum bag, Jack. He can't believe it. Question number 1. Which celebrity was unmasked on The Masked Singer last night? We may have a little grab of him.
Kiana.
Yes, Kiana, who is that?
Was it Pete Murray?
It is Pete Murray, my boyfriend. He gave me a furry guitar last night, and that is not a euphemism. Question number 2. 5 years ago today, this song called When the Party's Over was released.
Laura?
Which was also sung by the Grim Reaper on Masked Singer.
That's right.
Who sings it? Laura?
I don't know, Sia?
No, God, it's so gorgeous. Kenny, you get a free shot.
Oh, I don't know it. Sorry.
We are
I know.
We are shooketh.
It is the great Billie Eilish.
Could we just have a little bit more? I know we're tight on time, but it's so beautiful. Oh, God. The beauty.
She's
all
the
right,
best.
back to bum bags. Number 3, humpback, sperm.
Laura.
Kiana.
Laura.
Yes, that's Laura.
Whale.
Sorry, I was distracted.
Imagine if Laura said Saturday.
I've got to ask, does anyone know why it's called a sperm whale?
Someone out there will slide into our DMs at the Chrissie Swan Show or call us 13 24 10. All right.
Sperm
1
whale.
point to Kiana, 1 point to Laura. Question number 4.
Is that water coming out the blowhole or what?
Who knows?
Question number 4. Where is a person if they say, I'm in the slammer?
Laura.
Kiana.
Yes, Laura.
Oh, what? I heard that.
Toilet.
Where?
Toilet.
Not in the toilet. Kiana, free hit.
In jail.
Yes, in jail. What is the score, Jack?
2 points to Kiana, 1 point to Laura. This next question is for the win, Kiana.
Ooh, okay.
100 years ago, Disney Brothers Studio was founded. Can you name one of the founding brothers?
Laura.
Yes, Laura.
Walt.
Correct.
2 apiece.
Who cares about the other one?
Roy.
Roy.
Good name, though. I like the
Poor
name, Roy.
Roy. Imagine Roy.
Second best.
What's the score, sorry?
2 apiece. This is for the win.
Okay, oh my God. A gosling is a baby what?
Laura.
Yes, Laura, for the win.
Goose.
It is a goose.
And
your goose is cooked, my girl. Go to the playground. Ignore your child. She'll be fine on the slide. She'll be fine. You stay on Instagram.
I'm sorry, Kiana.
Yeah.
Kiana, will you play tomorrow?
I'm going to try. I try all the time, but I just don't always get through.
I will call you tomorrow and you will have another crack.
The Chrissie Swan Show. The Chrissie Swan Show.
I have been so excited to do this talk break.
I'm a little nervous.
I'm going to be so good. I've done legal training.
Okay, great.
Yeah. I've done legal training and recently too. And I didn't forge signatures and I sat through it. So
Awesome.
I'm not going to get you fired. And I really hope I'm not going to get me fired.
Our bosses are wigging out right now.
No. It's fine. Trust me. Sarah BT, everybody.
It's all good.
The Pete's, it's fine. So you may remember a few weeks ago, or maybe it was a few months ago, there was a court case that had us all, no, not a court case, a situation that had us all gripped to the news, and it involved a family lunch and some mushrooms.
It did.
Okay, now that is fact. That is fact. It was a family lunch and it went very, very badly.
It did. It did go really badly. I'm just going to keep pushing on here. It happened in rural Victoria in late July. People ended up in hospital.
In Leongatha. And people, it was very sad. Anyway, there was so much information about this and so many people very guiltily lapped it all up. We loved it. Everything's gone quiet now, which is good.
It's good, but I'd really like to get an update from the homicide squad on what's happening because they are still investigating it. And I just had a Google search and there's been no news reports for 3 weeks, Swan.
I never thought I would hear you say, I would like an update from the homicide squad. Frankly, everything's fine, but I would like a personal update from the homicide squad.
Sergeant, slide in.
Well, look, that's all, that's guessing. The fact is that, it was a very interesting case and it involved mushrooms and a beef Wellington. And little by little we were drip-fed information about the offending dish and we didn't know what it was and we all thought it was a risotto. We guessed it was a risotto, which is like if you're playing Family Feud and Rob Bruff said, name a dish that contains mushrooms, 9 out of 10 people would say mushroom risotto, but we were all wrong because it was a beef Wellington with poisonous mushrooms and people did not come out of it alive. Okay. So there's that. And then we got quiet about it and despite lots of Googling and whatever, nothing came up. Well, the walls have ears.
They do.
And eyes. And we have a beautiful listener who is not direct from the homicide squad.
She is not. She is just a listener of the Chrissie Swan show and she lives in the same area as the, let's say, chef behind the mushroom dish.
And today she is our favourite listener. I will not name you. Don't panic if you're driving around or you're doing whatever, collecting mushrooms. Don't panic. I'm not going to name you, but you have sent us a photograph of the chef in the supermarket with sort of half the head cut off because it was clearly taken from down below. It is probably an illegal photograph, but I'm grateful for it.
I'm here for it.
And she is shopping for chicken.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the most niche spotting of someone in the wild that I have ever seen.
Same. It's wild.
I have ever seen. People send me photographs. Like I took a photograph across the road from the studio the other day of what I thought was Neil Whittaker and Andrew Winter. It wasn't.
Neil would have been most offended, but yes.
I know, but that is a good spot. That is a good spotting if it was them. It wasn't. But if it was them, that is a great spotting. The beef Wellington chef, that is gold medal.
It could nearly be criminal spotting one day, but hey, it's not yet.
I would never, ever have imagined that in my lifetime I would receive a photograph of a mushroom chef to my Instagram account. And it's been a great day. What I want to know from you, though, who have you seen in the wild? Who's the most random person? Can we beat Mushroom Lady?
Get random.
The Chrissie Swan Show.
We're talking about random people you've seen in the wild after somebody sent us a photo of the mushroom chef from Lee and Gather. That's all I'm going to say.
Yep.
And that is random.
Very.
That is the most random. Eric, who have you spotted in the wild?
I spotted Natalie Tran from Guinea.
Oh, my God, I love her. She's also in the Great Australian Bake Off at the moment and she is heaven.
She's gorgeous. She's amazing.
She is amazing.
What was she doing, Eric?
She was filming a skit in IKEA.
She was filming at IKEA?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I was like, I had to do a double take and I was like, no way.
I love it so much. It's going to be an Amazon Echo Auto with Alexa Bonanza. There's one coming to you, Eric. Billy from the Shire. Who have you seen in the wild?
Oh, hi, Chrissie. Hi, Jack.
Hi, Billy.
I love listening to your show.
Billy,
every afternoon.
you are the
enjoy.
best. What's your favourite song at the moment, Billy?
Oh, I love Little Boo Thing.
It's so good, isn't it? It just makes you feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
All right, who have you spotted in the wild?
I have spotted Miguel the chef at a van. His van in Berry cooking us donuts.
Oh, my God, what a sweet moment. Billy, what would you say if I said on its way to you is an Amazon Echo Auto with Alexa?
Oh, my gosh, thank you so much.
It's my pleasure.
Billy's going to have my job one day.
Billy is going to have your job.
Angela, who did you spot in the wild?
Ivan Milat.
What?
What?
Yes, true story.
Oh.
I was working at a hospital and one day there was sort of a big kerfuffle and a van came in, an armoured van with guards and a police escort, and a man was pushed in on a wheelchair with shackles on, and it actually terrified me, to be honest.
What, in a wheelchair with shackles on, like Hannibal Lecter?
Yes, it was like that. And I got really scared, but then I looked at the person's face and thought, oh, he looks so familiar, but I didn't know who it was, and it took me about a long time, actually, not until the person actually died, and they were in the paper, and there was, like, an image very similar to what I had witnessed.
Angela, I've watched way too much true crime, and I thought you were about to say, oh, I was scared, and then I looked into his face and I realised it was love at first sight, and then we got married. I really thought that you were going to be one of them. An Amazon Echo Auto with Alexa for you, Angela. That is a good one.
That is great. Amy, who did you spot in the wild?
Guy Pearce.
Oh, Guy Pearce.
Yeah, down in Melbourne. He wasn't too impressed.
Wasn't he?
I asked for a selfie, and he was like, nah, no way, not happening. His mate even said, sorry, no.
Really?
And then I said, come on, why not? And he said, check out my hair. I said, mate, look at mine. I'm going to be honest in this.
That is
My hair was that bad. He agreed to the selfie.
That is so great. That is a good one. Amazon Echo Auto with Alexa. And let's finish with the bringing out the big guns here, Kate. Who did you spot in the wild?
I spotted Kanye West and Kim Kardashian.
Did he have
when they were together?
Did he have shoes on?
He did have shoes on.
What were they like? Like, was it amazing?
Well, we were in Rome outside the Colosseum, and this black van pulled up, and like really hurriedly, and a guy got out and slid the door open and let some people out. And my husband said, "Did you see that van?" And I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "They were driving like wild." And I'm like, "Yeah, but did you see who got out of the van?" And he was like, "No." And I go, "It was Kim Kardashian and Kanye West." And he said, "We're in Rome. It's not them." And I'm like, it is them. So we chased them down the street and confirmed.
That's normal.
I love it.
Chrissie's Clickbait.
So Tommy Lee, famous for being a member of the band Motley Crue way back when, and also being the husband of Pamela Anderson. They were really an iconic duo,
weren't they?
Look, I'll leave my judgment at the door here, but he sat down to do what looks like a podcast. Is it a podcast?
Yeah, Club Random it's called, and I think the name is fitting to the content.
Absolutely. If it wasn't before Tommy Lee turned up, it certainly is now. He is reminiscing that he cannot believe, after what he's put through his body, that he is still alive. We have listened to this.
So good.
Just enjoy it, all right?
All of a sudden, you're like, I'm drinking 2 gallons of vodka a day? This is not, like, you're trying to kill yourself now. This is not like...
Are you talking about yourself?
Yeah.
Come on.
2 gallons a
No.
day. I swear to you, dude, I swear to God.
Gallons?
Gallons, the big handle.
I know what a gallon is.
Dude.
Well, if you're wondering what a gallon is, that is 2 gallons is 7.5 litres.
Stop.
7.5 litres. And then I Googled, because I'm thinking vodka, you know, from my days of drinking, I'd buy Absolute.
Yeah.
They're 700 mils. Tommy Lee was drinking nearly 11 bottles a day of that Absolute.
Don't believe him, because...
The guy that was interviewing him finds it hard to believe. He's like, no, man, what?
That would kill you there and then.
I think you can tell by the way that he speaks, by the way they both speak, that he has not come out unscathed from drinking 7.5 litres of vodka a day. Just keep on enjoying it.
So you drank 8 bottles of liquor?
Yeah, a day.
Are you sure?
Yeah, ask my wife.
For how long?
For a long time.
I mean, your liver must be made of asbestos.
That's what I'm saying. Like I can't believe, I pinch myself on a daily basis. Like, I just did like the full body scan, and I can't believe smoking, drinking, all the fucking dumb shit that I've done.
Right.
Dude, the doctor was like, you're good.
Can you believe it? He might be the new Keith Richards.
Legit.
From Rolling Stones, who's about 150 and is, as the doctor would say, all good.
That gives me hope.
It does, absolutely. The way you give it a fair nudge on the weekends. Speaking of in fighting fitness, Madonna has debuted her world tour in London last week. My ex was there and said it was unbelievable. Posted on Insta, do not ever count this woman out. 65 years old. So many hits, but she arrived a little bit late to the stage, which is her want. She does that all the time. But it meant that the show went over. That was one thing that was annoying.
Okay.
Secondly, it meant they had to finish before the planned set was complete. So concert goers missed Like a Virgin and Celebration.
Oh.
So they were devastated. Plus, because she was at the O2 Arena, it's right in the middle of everything, and they've got fines if you overstay the curfew, which they did. £300,000 for going half an hour only. That's nearly 600,000 Australian dollars for half an hour over.
I don't believe in this whole curfew thing. Like, I think it's unfair. They're going to go over. People have paid good money to be there. The venues should just deal with it.
I think it is too, but it might come from neighbours. But my word to you is that if you live near a massive arena, you know you're going to get some noise after hours. Like, come on. This is one of my favourites. Underrated. You know, Madonna is like my Kylie.
Yeah, okay.
I love Kylie. As you know, she is a goddess. But because I'm a bit older than you, Jack,
I get it.
There is not a Madonna album that I do not know every word to. And my wish upon a star is that she comes to Australia. That would be amazing.
I know. I just feel like she won't.
I feel like it's too much as well. It's a long way for a 65-year-old pensioner.
That's us done for today. We'll be back tomorrow.
I've had so much fun. Thank you for joining me.
Bye.
Now check this out. The Chrissie Swan Show is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.